with Mission Real Estate Solutions. We have just finished up some repairs on our rehab here at Yvonne in Saugus, and so we'd like to take you on a walkthrough, show you what we've done, and give you some rough numbers as far as what we were doing as repair costs and what we were going to put it on the market for. So come on, take a look with us. Inside the property at Yvonne, and I'm going to show you some of the repairs that we did with this house. This is a 1980s house, and it was very dated for that time period. So we went ahead and replaced all of the flooring. We have painted the entire house with this nice gray, and the flooring we carried through the whole property, this nice ceramic tile. I know it looks like hardwood floors, but it's actually a tile. It's much cheaper, it's waterproof, it lasts a lot longer, and it's really popular right now within the rehabs and the remodeling for the local area. So that's obviously very important that we match what else is on the market. You'll also notice we have redone the fireplace in a tile. There was a brick fireplace here, and we just laid this tile right over it so that it would consistently match with the rest of the house, and it definitely modernizes it and brings it up to date as well. We did have crown molding already in the home, which is a nice added bonus. We just painted it and to make it pop against the gray color that we painted the rest of the house. It did also have those nice shutters, which we didn't have to replace, which is awesome. Okay, as we come into the kitchen, we had to redo some of the items here in the kitchen, but fortunately we did not have to replace the cabinets, and that's a huge bonus that saved us a lot on our rehab costs. So these cabinets here, were a red mahogany wood, and they were in great shape, but they needed just some updating. It just dated the house. So what we did is we sanded and painted them all white and added these nice handles on everything. And then obviously we replaced the countertops as well with a quartz. A nice added bonus is that we didn't have to replace the stove. This stove was already here and was in perfectly working condition and is a pretty nice sized stove. We did replace the hood just to kind of bring it up to date. The other one was looking old and tattered. We wanted to make it look nice. So that saved us again on a little bit of repair costs, but definitely updated the kitchen without too much cost. As you see, we've taken that same flooring throughout the other living room, the kitchen, and into the dining room and our second living room. And we've matched this fireplace with the same tile as the other fireplace. Consistency is great throughout the house, and it gives that updated look right over the brick that was already here to flow through the entire property. We have a wet bar here that we did the same thing we did in the kitchen. We sanded and painted the cabinets. We didn't add handles here because of the entry to the garage. We wanted to not have any interference. And then obviously we replaced the countertops to match the kitchen as well so that there's more consistency throughout the home. In our half bath here, again, it was very dated, so we replaced the vanity with a new vanity, new mirror, and new light fixture. And again, we kept the consistency of the entry tile throughout the downstairs half bath as well. Okay, so we're in the backyard. Now this property has a pool, and typically we don't do pools because they tend to have a lot of repairs, but fortunately this one was in really great shape. It just needed some work on its pump, so we did have a few minor repairs on the pumps. Probably spent a couple $100 getting that up and working so that everything was working correctly. But it's a nice bonus for this area, especially with this great view of the valley here. I mean, this is going to really be a selling point for the property. The other thing we want to note is on the back patio cover. We didn't have to replace this, and one of the great things about it is because it's a vinyl, it's not wood like most of them are. So there was no dry rot, there was no additional termite damage that was being had on the property, and it's in really great shape. So that was, again, something we didn't have to replace, but is a bonus to the property. Okay, so let's talk some numbers. So this property, with the repairs that we did on the kitchen, on the fireplaces, on the bathrooms, flooring, painting, we probably put about $22,000 into repairs on this property, which is really great. I'd call that kind of a cosmetic fixer, because $22,000 is not a huge number. So let's figure out what we're going to price this at. Now, right now, I've pulled some comps on this property, and we have 2 active listings, both very close to our neighborhood. One of them is highly upgraded with upgraded kitchens and bathrooms that's priced at $549, and one is not upgraded that's priced at $535. Now that's not a huge difference when you're talking about upgraded versus not upgraded. So that tells us where we need to be if we put it on the market today. Now I'm going to also look at what pending. So if I pull out my pending properties here, these 4 are pending or backup offers, meaning somebody's already put an offer in on them. And this is what we're looking at as potential closings before we close that we can use as sold comps. As you can see, this one's only partially upgraded. This one is not upgraded at all. This one's actually at $497, which is why it's so low in price. And then this one here is even older than ours home, but it has been upgraded, so it's got a little bit more. That has had more work done to it. Obviously, it's at that higher price of the $597. So then let's go to our sold comps, because obviously that's what we need to look at when we're talking about sold and can you use for comps and appraisal. Now, when we looked at our sold comps here, we've got a huge range going from $599 to $488, $585, $595, $599, and $599. Well, that tells me right here, all of these are within similar 4 bedrooms, 2 bath minimum. We're a 2.5 bath. We're at 2,200 square feet for our property, and these all are very close at 2,300 square feet, 2,200 square feet, 22, 2,000, and 21 and 23. So all of these are comparable and within less than a half mile from our subject property that I can use as sold comps. This tells me, based off of what's active and what's closing or getting ready to close and what has closed, that I'm probably going to list this property right about $599. I'd like to be right under the $600 mark, even though I might get a little bit more for it, but I'm going to probably put it at $599, maybe even at $590 if I wanted to sell quickly, depending on how it is. But we're right now in a time in our market where if I wait a month, I probably could get multiple offers, but if I wanted to sell quickly, I'm going to price it accordingly. So that's going to kind of give me a gauge on where I'm at on this. So right now we're looking at numbers at purchase price of $500,000, repair costs of $22,000, and its potential sales price of $600,000. So that's a pretty nice profit margin for us. I'd say this was a good deal.